How do you create a digital marketing strategy for a service-based business? In this video, I am going to take you step by step through the process of creating a strategy. And if you feel like you need some more help, I'm going to put a link in the description to my digital marketing strategy workbook and guide. Before we get started on the steps, if you would like a digital marketing lesson just like this one once a week, subscribe to this channel and click the bell. That way you'll get a notification each time I upload a new lesson. Let's get on with that strategy. The first step in building your digital marketing strategy is goals. And without good goals, you'll never know is your strategy working. In fact, you'll just start to get that niggling feeling that maybe all this time that you're spending marketing is wasted, and nobody wants that. Start by thinking about what you really want to achieve. And as a service-based business, that's probably going to be leads or sales. And actually, one of those leads directly into the other, or it should. To achieve that large business goal, you'll need to set other goals along the way. For example, do enough people know about your business? Do you need to increase the number of people that know about your business? Because if they don't know about you, they can't buy from you. If so, brand awareness is going to be your goal. For lead generation, you probably want to start with a benchmark. So at the moment, how many leads do you get per week or per month? And how many of those leads are actually relevant to your business? You might want to put a scoring system in place here. How much could you grow that over a period of time? And the same goes for sales. How many leads convert to sales? And how many do you want to grow that by over a period of time? Whatever your goals are, write them down and be specific. Be specific with numbers and dates. For example, I want to double the number of leads that I get through my website in the next 6 months. Setting goals like this will help you build a plan towards achieving that goal. I also recommend setting up a tiered system for your goals, and I'm going to talk about that in the next video. Step 2 is to research your audience. People like me talk about customer personas and customer avatars all the time, but when you sit down to create them, it's really tough. There's no point guessing who your ideal customer is. There is absolutely no point embellishing them with things like hobbies or pets, unless that's very specific to your business. The best way to create a customer persona is to forget about those demographics, except when it's really specific to your business. Forget about how old they are, whether they're male or female, what their family situation is, and instead focus in on the problems that they have that bring them to you. What problems are you solving for them? That's the thing that all your customers will have in common. For example, if you are a VA, you're dealing with maybe business owners that don't have time to do enough business development to grow their business. By taking those repetitive tasks off their plate, you're freeing up that time for them. If you're a solicitor or a lawyer, you're taking away that panic that people have about the law, about what if they get their contracts wrong? What if they get convicted for a crime? But how do you find that out? How do you know the problems that you're solving? Well, sometimes you just know. You know what you do for people and you understand why they come to you. But you can also ask your customers. Find out what it was that prompted them to get in touch with you. You could also set up some phone calls with people you think would fit into your target market and have a chat with them. Make sure they know and you know that this is not a sales call. They're just helping you out. You could even give them a little gift to thank them. You could also run a survey using an online survey tool. And finally, you can check social media. People are very honest on social media. So searching something like Twitter will help you understand the problems that people have that they're articulating on Twitter. Or searching Facebook groups can often throw up a lot of the problems that people are having that perhaps you can solve. Step number 3 is branding. Is your branding consistent? When people see emails and social media posts and your website, do they know immediately that it's coming from the same business or the same person? Take a moment to open up your website, open up your latest email newsletter, open up your social channels. Is the branding consistent? And here it's not just the logo. Is the color scheme consistent? Is the imagery consistent? If somebody was to read your text or watch your video or listen to your podcast, is it clear that that's all coming from the same company? Is the tone of voice consistent? The next step is your buying process. Have you mapped out the journey that customers take to buy from you? Before we talk about the steps of the buying process, there are some things that you will need for it to be successful. You're going to need a website. You're going to need an email marketing plan, and you're going to need some social media and content channels. All 3 of these work together to deliver you your leads and your sales. And if you don't have those elements right now, as you want to develop your strategy, is a really good time for you to start putting them together. Your buying process is the path that customers have to take in order to buy from you. For example, how are people coming to your website? How are you directing people to your website? What social channels are getting you there? What content do you have that ranks in search that will drive people there? And then what's the next step? Have they reached the homepage of your website? Have they reached a blog post? What do they do next? Do they visit a services page so they can find out more about your offering and maybe make an inquiry? Or maybe they fill in a form to subscribe to your email or download a lead magnet. And then what's the step after that? Do you send them to a thank you page? Do you send them an email to say you got their inquiry? What's the next stage after that? A great way to do this is with Post-it notes. Map out your sales process with Post-it notes. And once you've got it mapped out, you're going to be able to identify the gaps. It will make you think about how you can keep people engaged throughout the process and how you can stop people dropping off. The next stage is choosing your channels. A common mistake that businesses make is they try to be on all the social media channels at once. And unless you've got a big team, this is not a good idea. It's going to result in you being stretched for time and maybe not doing any of those channels well. So I recommend picking a maximum of 2 social media channels that you're going to focus on. Write yourself a little mission statement about what it is that you want to gain by using those channels and what's in it for the people who follow you on those channels. But it's not just social media that you need to choose. You need to choose the type of content that you're going to create. Is it going to be a blog? Is it going to be a video? Is it going to be a podcast? The key is to focus on the ones that you choose so that you can do them exceptionally well. Your next step is to create a content plan. You've done all the groundwork. You know who you're going to reach. You know what it is that you want to achieve. You've found the holes in your buying process. So now it's time to create. In your content plan, you need content that will attract your ideal audience, that will engage them, and that will sell to them. I like to use the 3-bucket method. And those buckets contain informational and entertaining content, engagement content, and sales content. To find out more about those buckets and how they work, I've included a link to the video in the description. Plus, you need at least 1 lead magnet. And yes, of course, you can grow your email list without a lead magnet. It's going to be a little bit harder, And what a lead magnet is great at is it helps qualify your audience. Create one lead magnet for each problem that you've identified that your customer has, and then you can personalize the sales experience. The final stage is your measurement plan. Start by identifying the KPIs, the goals that you set at the beginning. Then set a specific date and time that you are going to measure that. Preferably weekly, at the very least monthly. You should create a spreadsheet where you're going to keep a record of these statistics, and then just go to your Google Analytics, go to your social analytics, seek out the measurement metrics for those specific goals, and you don't need to look at anything else. The nice thing about doing this regularly is it will tell you where you are now. It will tell you, are you working towards achieving those goals? And if not, you should be able to identify what is working and what's not working. If you'd like some more help, you can grab a copy of my digital marketing strategy template and workbook. I put a link in the description below. Plus, come back next week where we're going to look at that goal setting scorecard.